Welcome back to What's Cooking. I'm your host, Patricia Kutsia, and I'm here in the kitchen with a very, very exciting guest that I can't wait to cook for. As you can see, I already have my apron on because I am looking forward to make what? Some spicy chicken wings. Not even just wings, spicy chicken. So we are here at Kitchen 82, and we just like to thank Kitchen 82, Coca-Cola, and Metro for sponsoring this event.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news.
And we're back, and as I promised you, I have in the kitchen with me Miss Scarlette Swartbooi. Welcome, Scarlett.
Thank you for having me, Patricia.
I am so excited to have you here, and I see a lot is happening on this table. Why don't you tell us what it is that we're going to be attempting to make today?
All right, Patricia, so what we're going to make today is a spicy chicken, a spicy sticky chicken.
Okay, one of my favorite things, sticky and spicy. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't wait. But before we dive into this, it's only appropriate that our viewers get to know you a bit more. So why don't you just introduce yourself?
All right. As she previously alluded to, I'm Scarlette Swartbooi. I am a corporate woman or corporate girly by day and an artist or all-around creative in all other aspects. I'm not going to say by night because it's all other aspects.
Okay.
So that's Scarlett in a nutshell.
Awesome, that sounds amazing. When you say corporate girly during the day, which industry in particular do you delve in, work in, every day, busy in?
I am in the banking industry. I've been in it essentially all my life since I finished school. So yeah, I work for a commercial bank.
Okay, am I allowed to ask which one?
Of course. I am a proud Standard banker. So I work at Standard
the blue
Bank.
blood. We have some blue blood on camera with us today. So Scarlett, can you tell me, how was this always the dream? Was it always, I want to be in this industry, or how did you get to be a part of the Standard Bank family?
So truthfully, when you grow up, your parents plant into you either education, banking, doctor. I just chose the banking route.
Okay.
And then since I've been in it, I've been pretty passionate about it because I see it as a way of helping people, not just financially, also just in how to manage their life, because finance is a really big part of it. So that's how I got into it. It was really kind of a seed planted into my head.
Okay. So it's just been a passion from day one.
From day one. A planted passion.
Exactly.
And now I've grown to be passionate
You're living
about
the
it.
dream here. So when did you start at Standard Bank?
I started in 2013.
Wow.
I feel like I'm exposing my age.
No, we're not going to talk about the age today. We just want to know that you're really, we can say you're really true blue blood here from Standard Bank all the way. And you're enjoying it. It's a field, an industry that you have the passion for.
I definitely.
We know that when it comes to the banking industry, we have a lot of different departments, a lot of people doing a lot of things to ensure that, at the end of the day, what's done needs to be done. From which department are you?
So I am actually from the innovation department.
Okay, I've never heard of that department. What happens within the innovation department? Like a general overview of what we can expect from someone within that department.
Essentially, we're just the department that's responsible with coming up with innovation ways, to just spearhead the bank forward. So it's really the creative space of the department. So it's basically
where you fit in. So this is where your corporate lifestyle just mixes in with the entertainment aspect and the creative aspect of who you are.
Exactly. Because as I mentioned, I am a creative at heart in all aspects of life. So this department is allowing me to bring together the divergent thinking of a creative as well as the convergent thinking of a corporate woman. And I get to play with that in the space that I'm in.
Okay, well, I think that's enough getting to know about you for now. We need to start preparing this dish because I do not know about you. Because ever since you mentioned the sticky, spicy chicken, it's all I can think about. So I think we can dive in. As your assistant, where do you need me
All right
now?
So first of all, the first thing I'm gonna need is just for you to pass me the ingredients. The first thing we're
Okay.
gonna do is we're just going to coat the chicken in some spice.
We have all our spices
Thank
right
you.
here.
So we've got some salt, we've got some black pepper, chicken spice, and the paprika, which is going to bring in that spicy part
yeah.
of it. And then I'm gonna ask you, as my sous chef, I think that's how you say it, to just cut the lemon for me, please, because I do like to add a little bit of
Okay,
that
I'll just cut it in half.
vinegar taste. Yes, just cut it in half.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll just start with my salt over here.
Just love the smell of lemons.
Yeah, I know, it's so fresh.
It's a refreshing smell.
So you don't want to put in too much salt. You don't want it to be over salty, but then also you don't want it to be too little. You want it to be just right.
Yeah.
Okay. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna just ask you. You can prepare this for me and this for me. The oil we're gonna put in the end. Okay, because after this we are going to coat it in flour.
Okay.
So the oil is really what's going to help it stick.
Okay, so talk a bit more about how you balance this lifestyle between corporate and creative at night. You said from all aspects, and you didn't specify when you said creative. So when we talk about Scarlet the creative, who are we talking to? Are we talking to a dancer? Are we talking to a singer? Are we talking to a writer? Who are we talking to?
We're talking to a singer.
Okay.
All right, and we're also talking to a poet. I'm also dabbling a little bit into songwriting. It's just a bit of a transition going from poetry into songwriting. And then I also aspire to be an actress. So the only thing missing is painting. I am a terrible drawer.
You're never too old to learn a new skill, and obviously painting is something that sounds really interesting, and I think that will just round it all off for you.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
gonna lie, I'm technically not surprised. I did a bit of digging. You know, I put all my skills to the test and I did some digging.
Ooh.
And I did get the opportunity to hear the beautiful voice on my phone through Instagram, but it's definitely not the same when hearing it in person.
Oh.
So I have like a very small request, and I think our viewers will appreciate this request, because you can't say you're a singer and then just not prove it to us. So would you give our viewers just a small taste of what it sounds like to be in the presence of the voice of Scarlette Swartbooi?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Putting me on the spot there, but I love the spotlight.
Any excuse to sing.
Any excuse to
Any
sing.
excuse.
Just have to think real quick. I'll do Nina Simone, Feeling Good.
Oh,
but
I
just
love
a little.
that song. I love it. Absolutely love it.
It's a classic.
It gives
It's a
James
classic.
Bond. It does.
And it
doesn't
has so many different renditions. It's a fun song
The
to play
floor
with.
is yours, Miss
All
Scarlett.
right. Okay. Let me just take a minute here because it is being put on the spot. I just have to get the artist Scarlett on.
That alter
Okay.
ego.
Yeah, the alter ego has to come in. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun up in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Oh my goodness.
That's my little
goosebumps all over. You know, I knew you were the right guest for this. I just knew it when I went through everything. It was
I'm
perfect.
glad.
Well, I think that our viewers had just about enough for now. We don't want to give too much away because there's a lot more coming. But we will be right back after this.
Welcome to Myna Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
And we've made some progress in the kitchen. But I'm going to leave it up to the head chef to tell you guys what we have been up to while we were away. So Scarlett, last time we left the audience, we were busy spicing the chicken. So what have we been doing since?
So we just finished off the spicing. We've added a little bit of this word that no one can say, but I'm going to say Worcester sauce.
Yeah, just going to stick to the basics here.
And then we've prepared our flour as well because we're going to coat the chicken in the flour. Okay. And just in the flour, I've put in some of the paprika in there as well and a little bit of kapana spice, a Namibian favorite. Okay. So next, we're just going to coat it and then we're going to boil it, fry it in the pan until it's golden brown.
I'm going to help you by putting in some oil so that it can get nice and hot for us.
Thank you. And then I'll start with coating it in the flour.
Awesome. So Scarlett, please tell me, where did this love for the arts and culture really come from? Is your family orientated with, are there singers, are there dancers, are there poets in the family?
They actually call me the black sheep of my family.
Why?
Specifically in my intimate household, like my mom, my dad. But I do know my mom was very much into drama growing up. And then I have an aunt who's a gospel singer as well. Amazing, powerful voice. But I think I grew up with a lot of siblings. And growing up, sometimes you just need your escape. And for me, art was my escape. So I would just go into the corner, I would write about how I feel. I pretend I'm on stage and I'll be singing. I still do that to this day.
Those in the room kind of concerts where you have like a full audience there. It's like,
especially when I'm washing dishes, I take 2 hours to wash dishes because I'm having a full-on concert with myself. Pretending I am breaking down
using those
moves.
wooden spoons for mics and just having the time of your life there.
Exactly.
Awesome. That is so great. So we know that when it comes to entertainment, any entertainment, whether it's poetry, whether it's singing, dancing, there's training involved. So do you train? Do you do training? Has it always been a part of your life?
So it has not been a part of my life forever. I only recently started about over a year ago.
Okay.
And I'm actually at the singing academy. So I do vocal training, and let me just tell you, I have so much respect for people who do this, because when I started doing vocal training, my vocal cords would swell up so much that it would block my nose.
Is it really that intense?
It is that intense because essentially the voice box is a muscle.
Yes.
And just like any other sports, you need to train this muscle. And if you're just starting out, you're going to be sore and you're going to be swollen.
Like any muscle would be after, an intense practice session. That would make so much sense. So how did you, your journey with singing? Does it get too much? For example, does Standard Bank take advantage of the fact that you're a singer? Do you perform regularly for them, or are they unaware of this gem that's hidden within the innovation department?
So, within Standard Bank, we have a culture of growing our people, right?
Okay.
And they do very much know. I've recently told them that, hey, I'm an artist, please make use of me.
So since being there from 2013, you only recently decided to step out of the box and be like, hey, I can sing, I can do poetry.
I know. I was so focused on the corporate world and climbing the corporate ladder. But the artist in me was slowly dying away, that I just decided I can't do it anymore. I have to do both in order for me to have that balance. Yeah. Because I really was lacking on the artistic side of things.
Of everything, yes, that makes sense.
So all these years, okay, first of all, anyone who physically sits with me in an office knows I can sing, because there's never a day that I don't or
go down on a song there. Yes.
I will even break down into a little concert depending on the moment, if there's a little break in between. That's if I get comfortable enough with you, so they will know that Scarlett does this.
So eventually we'll know that Scarlett can sing.
Exactly.
You don't have to announce it. We'll just find out.
Exactly.
So I do know that being a performer of any nature, it does take a lot of your time. It consumes a lot of your time.
Yes.
Because as you mentioned, it's practice and it's focus that you need. And also, of course, you need to pay the bills. So you do gigs here and there. Does it become difficult to sometimes manage this entertain a lifestyle and then also keep up to date with work and be up to date with everything happening within the innovation department?
Honestly, as with any human being, it does become challenging. And especially, I have a pretty packed schedule from Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I also study. I'm busy studying as well. So I'll go to work during the day. After work, I'll go to singing practice, and then I'll get home and then I'll do my schoolwork as well, drawing class. After class, I'll quickly head over to the gym because we're trying to be fit
drawing
as
class?
well. Yes, online. Not drawing class, drawing class.
Drawing class.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to be like,
online.
you taking a step into this painting. Love it. And we're back with Scarlett, and we made this chicken, and I have to say it smells absolutely delicious. I cannot wait to just dive into this. But before we do, please tell our guests what we've been doing behind the scenes, like what we've been doing during the break, because this took a lot of work. I have to say, I slaved in the kitchen today to make this chicken look this amazing, and I know it's going to taste as amazing.
So it's a little bit of preparation that went into it. So essentially, before we went on break, we had put in the chicken in the pot.
Yeah.
We boiled it, or we fried it to a golden brown state, and then we prepared our sticky sauce. Okay, remember, it's a sticky spicy chicken. So we prepared our sticky sauce using a little bit of jam. You can use honey as well.
Yeah.
We've also used some, what is it called, sweet chili, and then put in a little bit of cinnamon, and we just did it in the pot as is, the way we fried the chicken, because we want that aftertaste of the fried chicken still. We cooked it, and then we put in the chicken so that it can then boil with the
so
sticky
that the sauce can just also stick on the chicken. That's what we want. We want that sticky
absorb.
effect of the chicken.
Exactly.
I can't wait to dive in, but before we do, or while we do, I think we need to just pour this nice, cold, delicious Coke, because I don't know about you, but Coke is definitely my favorite go-to drink for any occasion.
Okay, let's reward ourselves after the hard work we've
It's a
done.
great reward.
Don't you just love that sound?
It's such a refreshing sound. It just makes you want the Coke even more. That sound that just pops up. And I feel like Coke is the perfect pairing for a sticky wing, a spicy chicken. Oh my goodness, I'm so
spicy,
the chicken is speaking to me. It's not
chicken.
even coming. The words are just disappearing. Coke is the perfect pairing for a spicy, sticky chicken.
You said it best.
Definitely. So while we dive into this chicken, I have a question that I just need to ask you. Like, we know the Scarlet as an adult, the Scarlet in the corporate industry, the Scarlet that dives into all various aspects of entertainment. But what was our schoolgirl Scarlet like? Were you always this vibrant woman who just knew what she wanted in life and who just had this vision and dream and went for it?
I've always known since I was a little girl that I want to be a singer, a poet, an actress, because as I said, it was my escape growing up in a household with a lot of siblings. But the Scarlet in school was also a little bit introverted. I am actually an introvert by nature, but if I'm around the right crowd, you'll get me to open up. So Scarlet in school really loves reading.
Okay.
And any free time that I get, I dive into reading fantasy books.
Okay, I'm assuming that definitely helped with the poetic side of things.
Exactly.
Because you need that background of the love for literature and the love for reading to build that foundation of becoming a poet.
Exactly.
And you mentioned earlier that the first time you ever read a poem out loud was this past weekend.
Yes, actually.
How did that feel to actually showcase your work like that and you being the one to read it?
It felt very vulnerable. When you put yourself out there, because it's words that you write that either you've experienced. I usually write based off my experiences.
Yeah.
So me just reading out loud, it felt like I was putting myself out there. It felt very vulnerable. It was scary, but at the end of the day, it was also very rewarding because I felt like there's so many people that could relate to the words that I've recited. And in fact, that was the reception that I got afterwards.
Yeah, I saw the videos, I saw the response people gave. So I have to say that definitely, it must be such a nice feeling when your work is appreciated in that way, when people can, reflect on it and, just have that connection with you.
Exactly.
But this chicken is it's very distracting. The smell, it's just, I think we need to dive in.
Let's dive in.
See if we actually did this chicken justice, because it looks amazing.
I'm sure we did it justice.
Okay, what is this that we just threw on just to give it that, food needs to look good as well. Exactly. Food needs to look good so that your taste buds are already, looking out for looking forward to dive into this.
I mean, cooking is an art form too, so the way you present it, you want it to look cute.
Exactly.
This is basically some parsley that we just sprinkled over the chicken just for that extra touch of mwah.
Okay, now let's see if that extra touch gave it what it needed.
All right.
So I'm a little nervous because I've never made sticky chicken before. So let's have a taste.
Let's dive in. We're just gonna go in with our hands, okay? The Namibian way.
Keep it simple, man. Just so. Okay, my fingers are sticky already, and that's a good sign.
It's still
a bit
hot.
At least the sauce did what it had to do.
Exactly. All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get a bit of the skin as well.
I think this is the one. I think this is the dish of all dishes that we just need to make every single night. I don't think I can get tired of this.
I'm just gonna go ahead.
So good.
I'm gonna go ahead and just lick my fingers because it's so good.
Never let any ingredient go to waste. This is absolutely delicious.
I'm glad you love it,
I
Patricia.
had so much fun cooking with you today, getting to know you. And I'm sure my readers appreciated the little teaser we got to hear your beautiful voice and just get to know who you are in the corporate space, in the entertainment industry. And I'm sure there are people out there wondering, where can they find you? Where can they get in touch with you? So can you just tell us if they want to know who you are, get to know you, get to book you for a show, who knows?
Of course.
Where can they get in touch with you?
So first of all, thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun in the kitchen with you as well. You are a great sous chef, okay?
Thank you. I try, I try.
They can reach me on my Instagram handle, which is Scarlette222s. Scarlette_222s. They can also reach me on my LinkedIn account, on my LinkedIn profile, which is Scarlette Swartbooi.
Okay. Is that your full name?
Yes, that's my full name.
That's such a unique name. You need to say that again.
Urjanita.
I have never met anyone with that name. That is so unique. Does it have a specific meaning?
It's really honestly just a mixture of my parents' two names that they put together, and then I just went to add the little spice in it, a little spice.
That's a beautiful name. Say it again so that I don't mispronounce it. Urjanita Scarlette Swartbooi.
There we go. You said it perfectly.
Well, I try. Well, I'm gonna devour the rest of this chicken that we slaved in the kitchen for with my Coke. That is so nice and refreshing. But that is it for What's Cooking, and we had so much fun with Scarlette Swartbooi in the kitchen making this sticky chicken. But you know where to find us next week, same time, same place.